So you just got your first 4K television and you are super excited. I mean, you want to get all the 4K content on there and just see it and you're just like, oh, this is going to be good. You know, you're excited, right? And so let's just sit down. Let's walk through a few things that you need to do to make sure that you get the most out of your new television. Okay, so the first thing you want to do once you get it out of the box and it's all set up is you actually want to go through and you want to make sure it's in that home setting. So you turn the TV on in the setup, you want to put it in the home setting, not the store setting, but the home setting. After that, what you really want to do, what you need to do is you need to do at least a small, super small calibration. That way it is a little bit more accurate to director's intent. Your image, your color, your contrast, all those things are closer to director's intent. So to do that, you need to go into the settings menu, go to your picture settings, and you want to find something, you want to move it out of normal or vivid and put it in either cinema or movie mode. Now that setting will look a little bit darker than maybe your normal mode or your vivid mode, but it will be the manufacturer's closest, let's say, setting to the director's intent for your television. Now, if you want to go a step further than that, you can actually do a small calibration. You can use calibration disc, but they don't really have a whole lot out there for UHD right now. So you can go to a website like ratings.com, search for your television, look at the calibration settings and apply those to your television. And finally, if you want the best possible calibration for your TV, go find a professional calibrator, somebody that is certified in one or more, preferably more, calibrations and has done a calibration before. They usually charge a few $100, but they can calibrate it and they can calibrate it and save your settings for day and night mode. So if you have more windows open during the day, you'll have it calibrated. And if you have some, windows closed at night, you can also have them calibrated and you will get a good calibration for your television. Now that you're all calibrated, let's talk content. Content is king. That's really why you bought this television. Hopefully, more than likely, the TV that you bought is now a smart TV. Since it's 4K, it's a smart TV and it comes with built-in apps. Now, the first app I would say you should try to get 4K content is Netflix. Netflix has a large 4K library that you can use, and most people have a Netflix account. If you don't, you can sign up. They give you a free either 7 or 30-day trial, and you can at least watch some 4K content on your television. Netflix also makes it incredibly easy to cancel your subscription anytime you want to, so you don't have anything to fear there. For some other sources of 4K content, you can use Amazon Prime. They have a 4K library. You can also use Vudu, V-U-D-U. That's another app that you can get on your television and get 4K content. Now, some of you may be saying, I'd rather not use the smart apps on my TV, or I don't have a smart TV, or I don't have those apps on my television. And you can either download them, or you can get something like one of these. This is a Roku streaming media device, or this Amazon Fire TV Stick 4K. Both of these allow you to get apps that have 4K content on them and play them on your TV. Now, to connect these, they both use HDMI connections. I recommend going with a stick because it has the right HDMI connection. Out of the box, it is the easiest, the simplest way to connect. All you do is plug it into the HDMI connection on your television and you're good to go. If you're going to use something like this, the Roku Ultra, you need to make sure that you have the right HDMI cable. You need something that's rated at 18 gigabytes per second, like this cable from my local big box store. You will take that cable and you will plug it into the HDMI connection on the back of your television. Once it is connected, you will go through, you will set up the device, and you will be able to watch 4K content from sources again like Netflix, Amazon Prime, Vudu, V-U-D-U, and other sources like that. Now, if you want the ultimate in picture quality, disc-based content is where it's at. You will need something like these 4K UHD discs that you can buy at a local store or online at Amazon.com. Now, obviously, to play these, you're going to need a player. And a player like this one from Sony will be something that you can use to watch 4K content. Now, when you're playing disc on this, again, you will need an HDMI cable that is rated at 18 gigabytes per second. Now let's recap. To get good 4K content on your television, you need apps like Netflix, Amazon Prime, or Vudu. To get the best quality content out of your television, you need disc-based content like 4K UHD disc and a 4K UHD player. So we've talked about 4K content in video, but we haven't talked about audio at all. Now the first thing you're going to do is, of course, listen to the speakers built into your TV, and that'll give you good sound, but honestly it won't be great. Flat panels are pretty small, so they don't have a lot of room for the speakers, so they end up giving you really tinny sound that doesn't sound that good. If you want a better experience, you want to connect something like a soundbar, like we have here, to get a better experience. It's going to be bigger speakers, a larger cabinet, and you will get a better sound than TV speakers from your television. But if you want the best or the ultimate in sound, you're going to go for something like a 5.1 audio setup. That includes an AV receiver and 5 speakers and a subwoofer so that you can get the good low ends and you can get the high end stuff from your speakers. Or you can do what I have and go with a 7.1.2 setup and have 9 speakers in your room, and it just sounds epic. The only downside is your spouse might be a little less than happy, or, say something if you bring one more pair of speakers into the house. But, it will sound awesome. I'm gonna be honest, it sounds pretty good in here. So those are the things that you need to do to get the most out of your new 4K television. First, you calibrate it. Second, you go for 4K content. And third, you upgrade the sound. That's all we have. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment. Consider supporting us at patreon.com/hometheaterhobby, or use that Amazon link in the description below, especially when you're purchasing stuff for your new television. And we'll talk to you next time.